Hey everybody, I got a red Buggy update, and it's not a good update at all. Well, not good for me. Curtis and I were going to take his truggy in the woods and my Buggy, and we were going to mess around here at the property. But when I went to fire it up, the Buggy was running like crap. So I didn't feel like dealing with it that day, and we just had fun with his truggy, and I parked this. It's shooting oil out of one of the collectors, and that's not a good thing. I don't really feel like documenting my misery, but then I thought maybe, you know, this can help someone else. I'm not the only one that this happens to. You know, I have a pretty fresh build here. I haven't really got to enjoy it very long at all. Only a handful of hours, like honestly. You know, I took it out to Moonlight one day, kind of like a half day, but it was really just driving some gravel roads and parking it and letting my son play in the creek. So that really wasn't a true off-roading type day. And I kid you not, that say I wrapped this Buggy up and I was ready to take it to Moonlight and enjoy a full day of wheeling, I don't think the motor would have made it to the end of the day on a normal wheeling day. Hey, what's up guys? I'm gonna fill you in on the Buggy situation here. I mean, we are disassembling. So on these headers, I had this idea to keep them with the chassis because it's pretty crappy getting these primaries hooked up. You know, all 8 primaries here on these 180s connect right here in this. There's the lighting's a little better there, but all 8 primaries connect in this vicinity right here, and it's not that fun. A lot of friction, a lot of things have to match up perfectly for it to happen, and yeah, I don't like doing it, so I'm gonna try to avoid it. So I've got it strapped up here, bungeed there, bungeed here. So I'm thinking if I hold it at those 3 points, they can stay with the chassis as opposed to being separated. So that was my power steering pump. I was able to strap that to the chassis and therefore not disconnect my power steering lines, so all my fluid is still intact rather than wasting my perfectly good Swepco fluid. So I have the throttle body set up to where I was able to place it here and have that clear of pulling the motor, but I am like 95% sure I'm just gonna do a new fuel injection system. This thing's got bad vibes just written all over it now. I'm pretty frustrated with everything that was here. Obviously this hose is disconnected. Still have to do the lower hose down there, which is a bummer. Gonna lose all kinds of fluid when I do that. Seems like I just hooked this all up. And apart it goes. Sometimes the bouncer life sucks. Oh my gosh. That was wild. Jeez. I love it, guys. I love it. I was able to collect all the antifreeze into one clean bucket without making any mess. I am getting close to pulling the motor out of here, but little Maddie here said his bike got stuck out in the yard, so then we had to use his dump truck to pull his bike out. That's hard work, Maddie. Whew! I think I have everything about disconnected. Not that you guys can see it, because I pretty much can't see it. These headers do an excellent job of making sure I can't see anything, so I think it's all disconnected. I just got to finish removing the rest of these. There's 3 per side. Got a ratchet strap holding the front end down. I probably cranked it down about 2 inches, but it's also going to stay down as I pull the motor because I'm removing weight, so the chassis would want to lift up some, meaning I'd have to bring the motor that much higher over the front of the Buggy. What do you got? Whoa, is it heavy?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll push it back up. All right, you can see the block is split from the transmission. It's a good sign. Well, it also means I didn't forget a bolt. Then I've got the converter strapped with a little tension on it. There's the strap. It's like, what a mess all of this is, huh? This poor Buggy. It's just... This is all just ridiculous. Oh, and this piece of wood right here, I've got a couple blocks of wood that run underneath the trans to help support it. You know, it's still mounted in the back, but I don't want it flexing too much and then breaking something. So I've got the front of the transmission resting on some wood, so that way when I pull the motor out, which actually it's already separated. All right, it's raised up a handful of inches here. I'll get this pulley to clear the steering cooler, and then I can start sliding it forward. I cannot believe I'm pulling this right now. Figured it'd be in there 2 to 3 years, and the only reason I was removing it in the first place was to tear down the buggy for a repaint. I'm like stuck on a rock or something. I am. I was like, why am I dragging? I got a rock on the other wheel over here. Takes me back to the skateboarding days. Hauling down some concrete just for one of your little wheels to catch a piece of gravel and then you die. I always love when an engine is 100 feet in the air. I just have a disaster of a mess. Freaking fluids pouring out of everywhere. And here is the current pathetic state of the buggy. It's a bad scene. Today, hey Maddie, what's up? Can you wave to the camera?
Hi.
Hi guys. Today, it's just Maddie and I. The wife is at a family function. But before we get busy in the shop, because my beautiful onion grass is really starting to get tall. Wow, so lush. Okay, now my onion grass is mowed. I can move on with some of the other projects for the day. I picked up a motor yesterday afternoon. It's got a bunch of things on it that I don't need. He still had it bolted to his engine stand, attached to a radiator and the starter and a battery, so when I showed up I got to hear it. And it sounds quite good, to be honest with you. And since the deer savagely attack my own truck, I haven't really been driving it, so I appreciate my dad letting me use his. Thank you, Dad, so much. I need to get this out of there. I need to get this mounted on another engine stand. We've got this bolted on here. Ran to Roll King this morning to get 4 more grade 8 bolts, because every time I do this, I lose them. Or maybe I use them. I'm just gonna assume I use them for something productive. All right, we gotta lift this up. Good job. So I just came up with this contraption here. This is what I'm going to use to hoist the engine. But the tube is here to keep the chains from being so steep that they rub everything, like valve covers and all that jazz. Those give you more room above the intake manifold. We've got this welded on. It's messy here because I cut a link. The chains had to be at a slant, so I cut a part of a link for filler metal. So yeah, it looks weird, but the hook, we'll put that on the hook of the cherry picker. And then I have the chains welded at both ends of the tube so they don't slide in or out. I know you can buy stuff like this and it can be all adjustable, but whatever. The setup worked. That's good. Hey y'all, what's up? I have the day here in the shop to do whatever I want to do. It was supposed to be work on the buggy, but about 6 days ago the square body started not running to its full potential. I don't know. I can tell it's just got a little power loss right now. I took the plugs out and cleaned them. It helped the scenario, but it did not solve it altogether. She's lacking some ponies right now. Took the fuel filter off, it seems good to go. Very easy airflow. I'm taking the front of the carburetor off to blow that out, and there's definitely some silt in the bottom. I haven't taken the jets out yet, but there's some silt sitting in the bottom. See if I can zoom in and show you guys. Let's see here. All right. Whoa, whoa. Come on, camera. Anyway, so you can see it sitting in there. I'm hoping that's my problem. Stuff like that. I had a couple of V8 S10s back in the day. I still love a good V8 S10, by the way, but there must have been some debris in the bottom of that tank because 2 or 3 times this problem happened, and it was a super easy fix. I'm hoping that's all it is. This thing has run perfect for getting close to a year now. And then I can focus on swapping what I need to swap from here to there, and then we'll put that in here and probably order a new fuel injection system. But I really want to get this truck going first. And I'm still not driving that truck because a buck took it out. I mean, I am running out of rigs here. We are back together on the square body. I think it's fixed. I did my little test run. Hopefully we're back in action. It's not that awesome when none of my vehicles are running. All right, maybe I can give those guys some attention right now.